Hello again, and welcome back to our humble offering here on our blog. Our attempt is to make it so that there is a place for addicts, alcoholics, people in recovery, and I really don't care what you're recovering from. Gambling, sex addiction, whatever, we're all recovering from something. And make a safe place for us to come and share our ideas, share our knowledge, our experience, reach out to others, ask questions of others, just create a safe community that we can communicate with each other in, based on dignity and respect. Today we're going to talk about the elephant in the room when it comes to the recovery community, and that is mental health. AA has a line in there, how it works, that says many suffer from grave emotional and mental disorders, but they can and do recover if they have the capacity to be honest. And NA has nothing along those lines. What I think AA discovered is once you take the alcohol out of a person long enough for them to return to healthy thinking, the symptoms that were diagnosed as a mental condition go away. That's not always the case, but I believe that's what led to that line. The recovery is from the alcoholism, not the mental illness. That needs to be dealt with in a different way. People who have a mental condition tend to hide. They don't want the double stigma if they're in recovery of being an addict or an alcoholic and having a mental condition. The stigma is from society for having a mental condition is universal. It goes for those that do have an addictions problem and those that don't have an addictions problem. That is why a lot of the time you won't know that there's a mental health problem. In the room, some of the behavior that we see is from people withdrawing off of the drugs. And when they get off, some do alleviate the symptoms. But here's the thing. A lot don't get it diagnosed and don't get it dealt with because they fear that the community will look on them as not being clean. My suggestion to those that need to take medication for a mental condition, if anybody in the rooms gives you any flack about it, you tell them to go get stuffed. Because you are taking a medication advised by the doctor in the manner that the doctor prescribed it. As far as I'm concerned, and in my books, you're as clean as anybody else. If we put that kind of a stipulation on those coming into the rooms, we could harm people. We need to accept them exactly as they are. The important thing is they're not drinking or using street drugs and alcohol. That's what's going to kill them. That's what would kill me. If we're not inclusive, and if we don't welcome everyone with open arms and assist them to deal with what they need to deal with. If you have an idea that somebody may have a mental issue, ask them in a polite and respectful way. And if they do acknowledge it, urge them to go get help. We seek outside cures for outside issues. If it is not an issue that deals directly with addiction and recovery, we go to the experts that know what they're talking about and we follow their direction. And as a community, we need to help those that are suffering from a mental condition get the help that they need. They are just as much people as we are. We are all equal in Creator's eyes. So how about we practice a little compassion and empathy rather than point them out, make fun of them, or gossip about them. And unfortunately, I've seen that happen in the rooms. Gossip kills people. Stop it. Here is the thing. Together we survive, alone we die. And if we make it too difficult for people to come in the room, then they die. So, let's talk about mental illness. Let's get it out in the open, and let's deal with it in a healthy and adult way. Let's help those people, our brothers and sisters that are suffering a double whammy of addiction and mental issues. Let's be inclusive. Let's practice Creator's unconditional love and acceptance. That same unconditional love and acceptance that He gave to us so that we could recover. I am so blessed, my wife and I, that you have taken the time to come and view this today. And if there's anything that I want you to take away, it's the fact that we need to stand united. We need to stop the stigma. I was reading online today where the president of the Philippines said it's okay if a person's an addict to kill them. That's the kind of world that we don't want to live in. And the only way we can stop it is to unify. Be one voice. Stand up for ourselves and stand up for our brothers and sisters. Thank you again. And until we again meet, it is my deepest wish that we walk hand in hand with each other and with our higher power. Bless you. Shalom.